Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and very important and honored guest. If I say the name Terry or Carrie, am I talking about a man or am I talking about a woman? If I say the name James or Crystal, is that a first name or is that a last name? Now the best name of all is Lee. Endless possibilities with Lee. Let's imagine for a minute that Mr. and Mrs. Lee had a sense of humor that was kind of twisted, similar to mine. We'll say that Mr. and Mrs. Lee had a child, and they named that child Lee. Now, if you heard me talking about Lee, you might think I was talking about one of the panda bears from the San Diego Zoo. If I say the names Fido, Duke, or Kane, you're reasonably sure I'm talking about a dog. You just don't know what kind of dog. We have pedigree dogs, Doberman Pinschers, Labrador Retrievers, and then for the non-pedigreed dogs, we use the term mutts, or mongrels, or my personal favorite, Heinz 57. Now, we do have to talk about that other four-legged furry friend that a lot of us have in our house. Cats. That's right, cats. Now there's two things that you should all remember before we get started. Number one, Confucius said, dogs have masters, cats have servants. Number two, it is said that many thousands of years ago, cats were treated as gods, and cats still remember this. Cats don't like real common names, like Tabby, Boots, Cuddles. They like a little bit of pizzazz, a little more exotic. They like Sasha, Chloe, Beauregard. Now, no self-respecting cat who is a non-breeded cat, in other words, not like a Siamese or a Persian, but a mixed breed, they would never allow the use of a word like mongrel or mutt to describe them. They just can't have that common of a word. So they have convinced veterinarians nationwide there are 3 breeds of non-breeded cats. Domestic short hair, domestic medium hair, domestic long hair. Now we have a cat. Our cat is solid black. The only thing on her that is not black are her eyeballs and the inside of her mouth. When our cat first adopted us, she was a skinny, starving, 8 to 10-week-old kitten living in a field next to a swamp in Louisiana. She was probably the next item up for bid on the alligator menu. We brought her into our house, and my wife right away started calling her Blackie. She didn't like that name. She would turn around and put her back to us and sit down on the floor and completely ignore us. So after a couple of days, I said, well, Whitey, what are you doing? Didn't like Whitey either. We got the same treatment. Now, my wife had taught the kitten how to play a little bit, and every once in a while, we would hear something fall over. My wife would say, you little squirt, what are you into now? Upon hearing the word squirt, Kitty would come running over to her feet and sit down so she could pet her. So she became Squirticus Maximus. We called her Squirt for short. Now, Squirt's been with us for about 10 years now, and we know that her life cycle is more than half over, and we love our Squirt. And when she goes up and starts using that great litter box in the sky, we're going to miss her. But we're also going to get another cat. It'll be a female. That's just our preference. And I've already named that cat. Her name will be Vert. That's right, V-E-R-T, Vert. And every evening after dinner, I'm going to pick Vert up, and I'm going to hold her in my arms and up to my chest, and we're going to sit in the recliner, and we're going to watch the evening news together. And I'm going to pet her calmly. And while the news reporters are telling us about all the horrible things that happened in our world that day, I will keep her calm by talking to her. And I will say, "Purr, Bert." Purr.